Elon Musk SpaceX's Mechazilla is even crazier than he thought. Elon Musk is fulfilling all of our Transformer fantasies. In his quest to colonize Mars by 2050, he has created the Mechazilla, a massive mechanical arm. Stay tuned. In today's video, we will share what is so mind-blowing about Mechazilla and what inspired Elon Musk to choose the name Mechazilla. Before we do, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get updated with everything on future technology, Elon Musk, or SpaceX. Mechazilla is intended to capture the Starship and its super heavy booster as they make their way back to Earth. Yes, a massive transformer-like arm will intercept a massive rocket in mid-flight. Only Elon Musk can make science fiction a reality. SpaceX's Boca Chica launch complex has been buzzing with activity in recent weeks. The facility's Mechazilla launch tower has recently received a massive set of steel arms, and the SN-20 prototype is currently conducting a static fire test with 3 of the most recent Raptor Vacuum 6 engines. These arms will be in charge of catching spent Starships and super heavy rockets as they return to Earth after merging with the 135-meter tower. Missions will also be prepared by stacking first-stage rockets with Starships and refilling these parts at the tower for the next launch. In this regard, the launch tower is an important component of Elon Musk's orbital launch site project for Boca Chica. After the Starship passes its orbital flight test, Boca Chica will be transformed into a spaceflight hub with regular launches and retrievals. In addition to the launch tower, several components will be added to the OLS as part of its ground support equipment location. It is expected that additional fuel tanks, water tanks, pipes, a pumping station, and other amenities will be included. SpaceX will be able to use the launch tower and the GSE together to launch, collect, refuel, and relaunch its spacecraft, allowing for quick reusability and minimal turnaround time. You must be wondering, what is Mechazilla capable of? Elon Musk revealed his plan to increase the number of flights in January 2022. So if he wants to build a city on Mars by 2050, he needs to drastically reduce the turnaround time for his rockets. His company, SpaceX, created Mechazilla, a massive robotic arm designed to catch rockets as they return to Earth. This is consistent with the plan for neither the Starship nor the Super Heavy to have any kind of landing gear, not even rudimentary legs to stabilize objects. When the launch sets are ready to be installed at the base, Mechazilla will have 3 arms and will serve as a service station for them. When finished, it will allow SpaceX to launch the Starships up to 3 times per day. This will undoubtedly benefit Elon Musk and his overly ambitious goals, which estimate that at least 10,000 flights will be required over the next 30 years to build a city on Mars by 2050. Musk revealed this idea on Twitter in response to a tweet from an animator known as ErkX, who asked if his latest render was accurate. "We're going to try to catch the super heavy booster with the launch tower arm using the grid fins to take the load. Saves mass and cost of legs and enables immediate repositioning of booster on to launch mount. Ready to refly in under an hour," Musk responded via Twitter. SpaceX's ambitions for Mechazilla are lofty. SpaceX intends to build the Mechazilla with massive arms, as Musk revealed in December 2020. The Super Heavy booster will be able to be caught by these arms as it returns to Earth. Elon Musk chose the name Mechazilla himself, and you'll have to stay tuned to find out what inspired him to do so. Before that, let's take a look at how far SpaceX has progressed in developing the Mechazilla. SpaceX has begun work at the Texas Starbase launch tower at an increasingly rapid pace. There is a lot of speculation about what exactly the Mechazilla is, but according to Elon Musk's tweet, the Mechazilla is the Starship launch tower that catches the giant rocket booster. Following the reveal of Mechazilla in January 2021, preparations at the Starbase began to install its massive arms. These arms were created to lift, stack, and even catch Starships and super heavy boosters in mid-flight. According to Musk, they will be able to absorb impact and precisely raise and lower their positions, allowing rockets and spacecraft returning from space to be caught by them from the air. The quick disconnect arm, the first of the structure's 3 main arms, began construction in early June 2021. By the end of August 2021, the company will have lifted and installed the Starship Quick Disconnect Arm at the orbital launch tower. The Quick Disconnect Arm, according to Musk, will hold and stabilize Starship above the Super Heavy rocket boosters stacked on the launch mount. It can also be used to transport fuel to the Starship prior to launch. This was followed a month later by the addition of a claw-like appendage designed to grab onto boosters. However, since its unveiling, Mechazilla's main attraction has been the robot chopsticks, a term coined by the Mechazilla development team to describe the part used to lift and catch rockets in the same way that chopsticks are used to pick up your favorite sushi. By the end of July, the prefabricated catch arm parts had begun to arrive at Starbase. After a month, the chopstick's basic structure was complete, with only some plumbing, wiring, and structural additions remaining. The carriage was then lifted for the catch arms by SpaceX. This carriage will act as a backbone, holding both arms together and connecting them vertically to the launch tower. When we'll see it in action is still not sure. If it were up to Musk, the first orbital Starship launch could happen as soon as this month. However, the ongoing investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration could delay matters. According to the most recent update, SpaceX has now lifted, flipped, and staged all three components of the Mechazilla rocket catcher. This includes two arms that are 36 meters long from tip to tower and are currently suspended from both of SpaceX's largest star-based cranes. The SpaceX teams must now install massive steel pins to connect the three separate components, two arms and a carriage-like base, into a single integrated structure. This structure must then be prepared for installation on the outside of the first Starship launch tower. What Mechazilla might look like. You're curious, right? Despite the fact that SpaceX has yet to reveal their original designs or animation of how they expect the Mechazilla to look, space enthusiasts on Twitter have created animations based on the finished tower at the base, which stands at approximately 145 meters in height. The most recent comes from X, who used the finished tower as the starting point for his latest animation. The animation, titled Mechazilla 1 Hour Turnaround, depicts a fully operational tower catching and transferring a spent Super Heavy booster which had just returned from deploying a Starship to orbit. The actuator arms then turn and grab another Starship, stacking it on top of the Super Heavy. Once the Starship and Super Heavy are stacked, we see a secondary arm move into position, likely a support arm. Musk informed X that he was on the verge of capturing the tower. It's pretty close. Boosters and arms will move more quickly. QD arm will be a consistent booster for a shipmate, he tweeted, adding, and the ship will be captured by Mechazilla as well. There are no landing legs, as with the booster. Those are only required for the Moon and Mars until local infrastructure is established. These engines have a larger nozzle than Raptor engines optimized for sea level, which allows them to perform better in space's airless environment. The SN-20 will also have 3 of these Raptor engines to ensure a safe landing once it returns to Earth's atmosphere. After this orbital flight, the Starship will be officially ready to begin commercial flights. These developments are timely given Musk's goal of sending the Starship on its first mission by 2023. Yusaku Maezawa, a Japanese billionaire, entrepreneur, and art collector, is funding this mission, which will involve a crew of 8 artists flying around the moon to inspire art and raise SpaceX's profile. Musk has also stated that his company intends to launch unmanned missions to Mars in 2024, followed by crewed missions in 2026. That is without a doubt a tall order, and such a strategy necessitates a rigorous testing schedule. However, if the latest news from South Texas is any indication, SpaceX may be able to meet those deadlines. Finally, we arrive at the question that must be on your mind. Why did Elon Musk choose the name Mechazilla for this magnificent structure? Fans and enthusiasts believe it's the nod to the Japanese character Mechagodzilla from the Godzilla film franchise. In the 1975 film Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, a robotic version of Godzilla battles the original Godzilla. That's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get updated with everything on future technology, Elon Musk, or SpaceX. Thank you for watching.